your fingertips. So if you can't touch the floor, knees should bend a lot more. Yes. Pull your chest forward with your fingers on the ground. If you can't do that, bend your knees more. Lift your left leg straight back. But instead of lifting it up so high, keep the foot in line with your hip. Yeah? So it's more about stability. And then lift your hands off the ground. Maybe just for a second, if that's all you got. If you can keep them off the ground, you can reach into your heart or straight back. Good. Now just allow that right knee to bend a little bit and straighten a little bit. See if you have access to the knee joints, glutes. To the ground, drop your head lower, lift your left leg higher at this point if you can. Take one more breath. Set the left foot next to the right foot in front of your mat. Or sorry, right next to your right back of your mat. Halfway lift, hands to shins. Forward fold on your exhale. Good. Come up to fingertips, let's do the other side. Draw your chest forward, lift your right leg straight back and behind you. Same idea. Find your balance. Are your hips level? Great. Hands off the ground. Bend that left knee a couple times. Again, just when you bend the knee, the glute activates a little bit more. So sometimes it's helpful to keep you from falling. Good. Hands down. Drop your head lower. A couple breaths. Lift your right leg higher. One more breath in. And right foot next to left. Hands to shins, heart forward. Hands to hips. Stand all the way up. Reach your arms up. Lift your heels up. Tippy toes. Let's do this pose at the front of the mat. Tippy toe up to the front of your mat. Good. Look up towards your hands. Find your focal point. And then heels will come down. Look up to your hands. Inhale, lean back, baby palms move together. Forward fold, exhale, hinge from your hips. Good. Let's rise up again. Inhale, sweep your arms up and over your head. Forward bow on your exhale. Strong back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward bow. Two more. Inhale, rise up, just getting warmed up. Forward fold on the exhale. One more time. Inhale, rise up. Forward fold on your exhale. Keep the hands down this time. Set the right foot to the back of your mat. Lower the right knee down. Take your hands on top of your left thigh. Push the left knee forward as much as you can. Lunge forward. Really push it forward. Past your toes even. Take your right arm up. And start to lean up and over to the left side of the room. You can look over to the right if you want. Start to breathe into the right side of your body. So I think that's the best advice to give someone who's like following every physical cue really well is keep following the feeling of the pose. Just to feel. Where do you feel the sensation right now? Probably several at once. Pick one. And then maybe start to expand until you can focus on 2 or 3 at once. Reach both arms up. Take an inhale, look up. Hands to the ground as you exhale. Tuck your back toes under and lift your knee. Reach your left arm up to the sky. Try not to go ahead of me, please. Stay present. Why would we guess what's next? Why would we even do that? What happened to us to have to guess what's next? Take one more breath. Open up a little bit more. Left hand to the ground. Plank pose. Step the left foot back. Hover your right foot off the ground and plank. Hover it. Come up to your left fingertips if you can. If you can. It may not be an option. If it's easy and you want to try, even if it's hard, you can try this. Lift your left hand off the ground, reach it forward. Nice, good old plank with your knees on the floor. Take an inhale. Bend your elbows, lower your knees, chin and chest to the ground. Pause. Let's up in the air for a couple of breaths. Nice. And then lie all the way down onto your belly. Untuck your toes. Cobra on your inhale. Child's pose on your exhale. Pull the hips back to your heels. Slide your arms a little further forward. Press your hands down though. And then slide onto your belly. Stay low as you do it. Inhale, cobra pose. Once you get down there, press your hands down, come up a little. Child's pose on your exhale. Works better with cobra than up dog, I think, on this one. So 2 more. Inhale, slide forward onto your belly. Strong upper body to get there. Find your cobra at the top of the inhale. Child's pose on your exhale. So you're slithering forward. One more time. Reptilian. Chameleon. Downward facing dog. Next time you pull back. Take an inhale. Bend your knees a little. Right knee to the nose. Shift forward and around your spine. Hold it this time. Couple of breaths. 3-legged down dog. Lift your right leg back. Come up with left fingertips. So you're basically in a weird funky dog on the fingertips of your left hand, the palm of your right hand. You could lift your left hand off the ground or change the location of your left hand. Yes. Nice. Step the right foot to the front of your mat. Lower the left knee down. Bring your hands on top of your right thigh. Push your right knee forward as much as you can. Take your left arm up. Lean up and over to the right side of the room. Look under your left arm. Just track the sensation. Yes. Let's come up. Both arms to the sky. Inhale. Look up. Hands to the ground as you exhale. Tuck under the back toes and lift your knee. Reach your right arm up. Take your time to twist. It's starting to get nice and warm at this point. Do the left hand. Drive that left hand down. Open up a little bit more. Right hand to the floor. Step to the front of your mat into a forward fold. Rise up and now sweep your arms up and over your head. Hands to heart center as you exhale. Reach up again. Breathe in. Forward fold on your exhale. Step the left foot to the back of your mat. Lower the left knee down. Reach up. One breath this time. Hands to the ground. Plank position. Lift your left foot off the ground. Hover the toes. Option to come up to your right fingertips. Maybe reach your right arm forward. Nice. There we go. Feel the presence. You can actually feel it. Just plank with the knees on the floor. Take an inhale. Knees, chin, chest, lower down, slow. Slither into your cobra pose. Inhale. This time, downward facing dog on your exhale. Take an inhale, bend your knees a little. Left knee to the nose, shift forward and round your spine. Hold this one, hold it, hold it. Breathe into it, breathe through it. 3-legged down dog, lift your left leg up and back. Press into your left hand more to go onto your right fingertips. Maybe change the location of your hand. Yes, just like that. Awesome. As light as you can, step your left foot to the front of your mat. Lower the right knee down just for the inhale. Reach up. Hands to the ground. Step the right foot to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Rise up, inhale, sweep your arms up and over your head. Hands to heart center, exhale. So we'll move, one breath per half movement. Inhale, reach up. Forward fold on your exhale. Step the right foot to the back of your mat, drop the knee, reach up on your inhale. Go straight to down dog this time on your exhale. Shift forward to plank as you inhale, drop your knees. Chin chest on your exhale, lower snow, please. Cobra pose one time, inhale. Downward facing dog on your exhale. Lift your right leg back as you inhale. Step the right foot forward, exhale. Lower the left knee, reach up, breathe in. Hands to the ground as you breathe out. Step forward, front of your mat into a fold. Stand up, reach up, higher than before. We go right to forward fold this time, all the way down. Step the left foot to the back of your mat. Lower the knee down, reach up, breathe in. Downward facing dog as you breathe out. Shift forward to plank as you inhale, knees down, chin chest. Cobra on your inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Left leg back, inhale. Step the left foot to the front of your mat, exhale. Lower the knee, reach up, one breath vibrantly. Hands to the ground, step to the front of your mat, into a fold. Rise up, inhale, sweep your arms up and over. Hands to your heart, chair pose. Sink the hips back as you bend your knees. You take the arms up if you please. Great. Back to holding a pose. So now that we've got the mind's attention, I think it's really good to amplify a bit of the energy practice. So if you need to, you can do this in Tadasana. Otherwise, breath of fire. We're going to go slow. Through the nose. You can hear me pretty loudly. Now if you're comfortable with that, you can go faster. Good. 12 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Sit a little deeper. 1, take a big inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift. Fingertips or hands to shins. This time plant your palms flat on the ground. Step the plank or float to chaturanga. Right away, lower down, elbows in. Good. You can do an up dog if you like it, if you know it. Otherwise, cobra on your inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. So we're going to add a little fire to this practice today. Take an inhale. Right knee to the nose. Exhale. We did this a long time ago. Down dog inhale. Switch. Left knee to the nose. Down dog inhale. Look forward and bend your knees. Walk, step, or jump to the front of your mat. Halfway lift. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Chair pose. Hold. Breath of fire is optional, of course. Just hold chair or add slow breath of fire. Or faster if you want. 10 seconds. Good. 5, 2, 1. Big inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. Halfway lift, fingertips or shins. Right to chaturanga, step or flow back, lower down, elbows in. Inhale, cobra or up dog, surfing oxygen. Downward facing dog, hips up and back. Breathe in. Right knee to the nose, shift forward. Down dog, inhale. Left knee in. Down dog, inhale. Look forward and bend your knees. Float, which means land quietly. Halfway lift nicely. Forward fold gently. Chair pose, bend the knees, sit low, reach your arms up. Last round of breath of fire. Amplifications and emotions. Just a disclaimer, you might start to feel something. Good or bad, Positive, negative, or neutral, comfortable or uncomfortable. Last 5. 3, 2, 1. Big breath. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Here we go. Step or flow back and lower down. Nice and slow. Cobra or upward facing. Downward facing dog. Exhale. A little different this time. Take an inhale. Right knee to the nose. 3-legged down dog. Hold. Put that right leg back. Now bend your right knee here. If it feels good, you can do what we call opening the hip. You may lift higher, may not, but you're still in that direction. Good. Place your left elbow on the ground. If that's not an option for you today, just skip it if you have an elbow or a shoulder issue. Good. Now really stabilize, pushing through the whole elbow to hand region, and come up to your tippy toes of your back foot. There we go. Good. If you want one more thing to do, you're going to take that right hand a little out to the right and slide it back about halfway and come up to your right fingertips. I said if, I didn't say do it if you're looking around the room, copying other people. Beautiful. Okay, now those of you on your elbow up, figure out how to lift it up. Right knee, right elbow on the exhale. Leg back in. Knee to left elbow underneath and across. Leg back as you breathe in. Knee to nose. Knee to nose. Step close to your right hand. Turn the back heel down. Angle the back toes in a little bit. Warrior 1. Reach your arms up to the sky. Beautiful. And so find the warrior, not warrior. Find the presence. It's like a hyper presentness of a warrior. What's next? You gotta be on watch. You're not watching your hip alignment, yeah? You're feeling that, you're not looking at it. There we go. Take the hands behind you, interlace your fingers, take an inhale, lean back a bit. And then with lean forward, you eventually will drop your head and shoulder inside of your leg. It's okay if the shoulder doesn't drop all the way inside. Nice. Good. Release your hands down to the ground. Spin onto your back toes. Reach your right arm up back to the familiar twisting pose. Good. This time on the inside of your right foot. Place your right hand on the floor inside. Turn your back heel flat again. Reach your left arm up to the sky. You can come up to your right fingertips here or grab onto your right ankle if it's too low to the ground. Beautiful. Nice. Now, you may need to look at your left foot, but some of you don't need to look at it. Angle your left toes out a bit to the back of the room, just about halfway. Now bend your left knee, squat to the left leg. Bend your left knee as much as you can and squat to the left. Your right leg stays straight. Hands to your heart. And if you're new to this one, you want to look at your right foot. Flex the right foot, toes point straight up, and they might even move a little to the right, the toes. Left hand down, reach your right arm up to the sky. Beautiful. You could take your right hand behind you. There is a bind here for those of you who want to go in a little deeper, shoulder over. Great. So just look at that downward action of movement. Anytime we're in that squat position. So letting go. Natural letting go. Good. over to your right foot. Step into plank position. Right foot steps back. Beautiful. Take a breath in. Lower slow with integrity. Chaturanga to the ground for cobra or upward facing. Roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. Hips high, head low. Take an inhale, bend your knees a little bit. Left knee to the nose, shift forward and round your spine. Three-legged down dog, lift the leg back, bend the knee and stack your left hip above your right. And just like last time, we're gonna hold the pose. Invitation for that right elbow to come down onto the ground. Nice. It's happening exactly in this pose, yeah? So first of all, your right shoulder strength, it's really being tested. You can come up to the tippy toes, you can relocate the left hand here, come up to your fingertips, nice shimmy. Perfect place between too much and not enough. How do we know what's too far if we never go too far? What if we always go too far? How do we know if we're ready to hold back, to harness? If your elbow's on the ground, figure it out, lift it up. Knee to left elbow, squeeze the obliques. Inhale, lift your leg back again. Knee to the right elbow, underneath and across. Leg back, breathe in. Knee to the third eye. Good. Step forward, close to your left hand. Turn the back heel down. Angle your back toes in a little bit. It really helps this toes. There you go. Warrior one. Reach all the way up to the sun. So the negotiation between your two hips is what's happening. It happens from the feet first. So as you push through your back foot, you sink a little lower through the left knee. Maybe you start to feel a stretch in the front hip. If not, you can look up and lean back. Maybe moving the hands closer together. Beautiful. Now take the hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, take an extra inhale. Fold forward on your exhale, drop your head low to the ground. A lot of jaw tension in this group today. What's up with the jaw tension? That should go. I'm not even about to talk or anything right now. Beautiful. Release your right hand to the ground. Spin onto your back toes. Left arm reaches up nice and high. And on the inside of your foot, place your left hand back on the ground. Inside. You can use the block if you want. Turn your back heel flat. Raise your right arm up. Exactly. Beautiful. Angle your right foot a little bit to the back of the room. Bend your right knee. Squat to the right. So squat to the back of the mat. Hands to heart if you can. Should the right heel be down or not? You'll know, is it down? Then it should be down. If it's not down, it shouldn't be down. Sometimes the ankle doesn't want it to come down. But the right hand can come to the floor. And the left arm can reach up. Again, diagonal across your collarbone, spreading nice and wide. If it feels good to bind, you can take your left hand behind the back. And right hand around your shin. Roll over to your left foot, plank position, step back. Let's take a deep breath in. And lower slow. Cobra or upward facing dog. It's a flow, not a flail. Down dog on your exhale. There we go. Take a few breaths just to reset. Re-measure even. Just to measure. If you can remember the first time you were in this pose a while ago. So how's the body adapting, transforming, energy shifting? How's it happening? Law of conservation of energy says energy cannot be destroyed or created. It can be transformed, it can shift. Which is good news. The yogis figured that out. It changed. Frown, turn it upside down real quickly. Bad day to a good day. You can change this song into an action of karma, even that energy going in, even that deep. Crawl the hands to the back of your yoga mat. Hook your big toes with your first two fingers. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine a little bit. Even bend the knees to start. And then fold. Bend your elbows first. Lengthen the crown of your head to the ground. And then maybe straighten your legs. Maybe. Good. There we go. Just remember, this practice was designed so long ago that the concentration aspect was much easier. I spent 5 days in North Bali and felt like I could have got there if you gave me a year or two in that atmosphere. Here we are in society, right? Taking a step away from our day, doing the best we can. It's like a mental vacation in a way. Yogi squat, separate your feet almost mat distance, turn the feet out 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock and squat down. Lift your chest up. Just jump stand all the way up. Reach your arms to the sky. Hands to your hips. Bring your feet together all the way to touch. Step your left foot forward, big step towards the front of your mat, big one. Turn to the right side of the room, wide stance. Keep the hands on the hips for now, lean forward halfway. The heels are a little wider out than the toes on this. It's going to help to draw out the sacrum, give you a little more stability. We're going to come up and down a couple of times. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, come back down. Try not to lock your knees. It's okay to have them straight, but don't lock them. One more time, inhale, rise all the way up. This one, see how low you can go. Maybe your head gets closer to the floor or even touches the floor. See how low you can go. Once you feel like you've reached your limit, release the hands down and gently pull yourself a little deeper into the flow. Gently is the key. It's the key to the healing of the practice. The paradox of the healing is that it's nothing to add. It's already there inside. Sometimes it's something to subtract rather than to add. The gentleness, right? The gentle means you're taking something away in a way. You're adding more connection, but you're taking away physical force. Nice. Yeah. I'll be here for another 30 seconds. A few of you might go into headstand. Moment, the best advice for myself would be just to reconnect to what's important. Stay connected or deeply connect to it. But at least, even if you have to disconnect for a moment to reconnect, sometimes that's the strategy. Yes, just like that. Couple more breaths. Got it. Okay. So remember how we went into the Skandasana squats? We did both sides already. So now we're going to start to switch side to side. So turn your left toes a bit out to the left. Either way, it doesn't matter first. And then you would bend your right knee first. You would switch and bend your left knee and angle the right toes a little out to the right. Now the key to this is to just make it fluid. So some of you don't need to use your hands, you don't have to. You start to move a little more ninja-like, Feel the strength of your body. It's actually quite a difficult, if you did this for 30 minutes in a row, you would barely be able to walk tomorrow unless you train like a mad horse. I think Tai Chi, yeah. Tai Chi is a movement of energy, Qigong, yeah. How do you move the energy? Even with your hands, you can open your arm. There we go, yes. Just feel it, yeah. One more round. Love it. Okay. Meeting back in that wide-legged position. Hands to the hips. Might bend the knees a little to come all the way up to standing. Spread your arms open wide like a letter T. Look over your right hand towards the back of the room. Warrior 2, we call this one. Angle your right toes out to the right. And your right knee. So when I say out to the right, I get to the back of the room. Isn't that quite a contrasting experience? We went from kind of flowing from one side to the other into finding stillness again. That can be quite an empowering experience. Nice. And we're going to do it again to flow from here. Reverse warrior. Palm up, inhale, reverse warrior, sweep the right arm up and back. Side angle pose. Either form the thigh or hand to the ground, left arm over the ear. So the key is to keep your legs from moving. Inhale back to reverse warrior, so stretch the side body. And then exhale, take it the other way, left arm out and over your ear. Now take that at your own pace. You can go slower or faster if you want. If you do want to add a bind today, you can add a bind today, but for the most part, keep a flow going. If you do hold the bind, just a couple breaths. Yes. Nice. Beautiful. Try to breathe in the nose, just like we did in that first child's pose. Transition is we're going to land in warrior 2 on the other side and get really still again. Turn the left toes out, bend your left knee. Just see how quickly you can get still. It's not like anybody's measuring you. Like, oh, how still can they get? No, this is you measuring you. Willingness to be still. Even within stillness, maybe you can find a softness. That's it. Maybe within the softness, you can even bend a little more into the front leg. And then from point A to point B, reverse warrior, turn the palm up, inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, side angle pose. Forearm to thigh or hand down, right arm over. Inhale again, back to reverse warrior. We'll do a few together. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, back to reverse. On your own, about half a minute. Let's be back in warrior two for just that brief second, and then straighten the left leg, turn your left foot in, parallel the feet. Pause here. Let's hold the elbows, opposite elbows, go behind your back. Reverse prayer, if you want that, palms together, fingers point up towards your neck. Take a breath in, maybe look up. Fold forward. Now take forward. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful job. Okay, release the hands down to the floor. Bring your feet closer together, about 1 meter apart, which is 2.5 to 3 feet. Goddess pose, we turn the feet out. Bend your knees first, then turn your feet out. Right toes to the back of the room, left toes to the front. About 10 and 2 o'clock, maybe slightly out wider. Bring your hands to your inner thighs and start to twist again. So twist to the left by dipping your right shoulder down. And then twist to the right by dipping your left shoulder. And then switch a few times. Even look to the left and look to the right. Yes. Last one. Good, now we're in this squat. It's called goddess pose. Let's hold it. Take your arms in front of you. Wrap your right elbow underneath your left elbow. Bring your hands together and raise your elbows up. When you raise your elbows up, start to sink deeper into an edge point. It's okay to move a little bit if you need to move a little bit. Nice, so a little bit lower. Last 3, little bit lower. 2, little bit lower. 1, come all the way up. Uncross your arms, reach up. Switch, bend your knees, wrap the other arm underneath, other arm on top. Elbows lift up and pushed away from you. As you do that, start to sink a little bit deeper. Good. Maybe a little bit deeper. 3. A little bit deeper. 2. A little deeper. And 1. Stand all the way up. Reach up. Last goddess pose. Bend the knees. Heels up. This time tippy toes. Those arms up or out, either way. Nice, you guys sink deeper though. 3. A little deeper, 2. Nice, little shaking's good. 1. Stand up, tippy toe up to the front of your mat. Tippy toes, tippy toes, tippy toes. Tippy toes, tippy toes. I know we think we're physically tired, but this is, you haven't done this one in forever. This one's easy. It's mental. And your mind is like, oh, give me a break. I'm so used to disconnecting. No, let's stay connected. Toe balancing, squat all the way down. Bring your hands to your heart. Then lean back a little bit, so you're trying to get level. The crown of your head stacks over your sacrum. The point of this, from my sequencing perspective, is to balance. You're already doing that. 30 seconds. If you want to balance on your hands, you can balance on your hands. Crow pose. Or handstand. 30 seconds free. You could even try, attempt to close your eyes. You could. You could also try to plan the rest of your life right now. can step back or flow back if you want to take a vinyasa. Take the time to do that. Take an inhale, bend your knees a little. Right knee to the nose, exhale, shift forward, round your spine. Three-legged down dog, maybe open hip. Knee to right elbow, exhale. We're gonna hold it this time. Option to bend your elbows here. If you bend your elbows, try to make a shelf with your right elbow. Put that knee up on that shelf. And then if you go further than that, great, good, you know how to arm balance. Good. Three-legged dog, inhale, lift it back, good, Laura. Knee to the left elbow, same idea. Just bend the elbows, make a shelf. Sometimes you gotta shorten your stance for that, especially if your legs are long. Inhale, lift your right leg back. Knee to nose, crescent pose. Step your right foot forward, press through both feet, reach your arms all the way up. So in crescent, it's like your warrior one, except it's easier to square your hips. Make sure you're not on a tightrope so you can get. And as that right hip draws back, hands to the heart, lean forward halfway. Twist to the right, hook your left elbow outside of your right leg. Nice. In the asanas these days, this is like my favorite part of the practice because I'm super warmed up. I'm in a deep twist. Twisting early in class does not feel super nice in my body. Now we do start to get a little deeper into the twist. If you're just using more pressure, great. If you want to change your arm position, that's another way to do it. You can take your left hand to the floor and your right arm up to the sky. Potentially there's a bind there if you choose that. Right hand behind your back. Slowly come back to crescent pose first. Sink a little deeper, last inhale. Plank position, hands to the ground. Step the right foot back, bring your feet together so they touch. Press into your left hand. We're going to reach the right arm up. Roll up to the outer edge of your left foot. Side plank. Just because we hold this a while, just because I'm asking you to hold it well, doesn't mean you can't drop your left knee down. You can always drop your left knee down. Just make it less intense. Take your right arm over your head. Keep squaring that right hip. Maybe pick your right foot up off your left. Yes. I know it's a lot of strength in that pose, even just to hold that leg in there. Right hand to the ground. Bring your elbows to the ground, forearm plank. Bring your feet together again. Roll under the outer edge of your right foot. Take your left arm up, forearm side plank. You can turn your right forearm in a little if you want, so the hand goes into the left. Reaches over your head, a couple of breaths here, a little shaking here. It's not a terrible thing to shake. You shake too much, you gotta figure out if it's too much. Good, both elbows down, forearm plank. Brace it, face it. Yes. Dolphin pose, walk your feet in halfway to your elbows. Press your hips further back, further back. Okay, it's called power yoga. Power yoga. Not flower yoga. pose taken, otherwise downward facing dog. We'll wait for you there patiently. Alright, moving on. Last standing side today, downward facing dog. Bend the knees a little, breathe in. Left knee to the nose as you breathe out, shift forward around your spine. Three-legged down dog, open hip, maybe. Left knee, left elbow, we hold. Potentially to bend the elbows like chaturanga, shift forward, make a shelf. And now left side, left leg. Inhale, lift your left leg back. Knee to right elbow, same idea, it's a cross, so it's a twist. It's like a mobility twist. You could bend your elbows, make a shelf as well. Left leg back, inhale. Knee to nose, crescent pose. Step your left foot forward, front of the mat. Reach your arms all the way up, breathe in. Couple of breaths here to organize. Left hip draws back. Upper inner thighs squeeze in. And then hands to heart, lean forward, twist to the left with your right arm outside of your knee, outside of your thigh. Before you apply the pressure of your hands, just make sure everything feels long. Left leg feels long, the front of your head feels long. You're adding the variation of your arms. This is a great time. Right hand down, left arm to the sky. Steady breath. Steady mind. Slowly, you have a few breaths left in crescent. Slowly return back as you reach your arms up. So you sit a little lower, last inhale. Hands to the ground, plank. Shift weight into your right hand, reach your left arm up. Outer edge of your right foot, roll onto it, side plank. I know, you guys think it's hard for you. It's hard for me to watch you at this point. Take your left arm over your head, lift the hips higher. You lift your left foot, you haven't already tried it. Not easy. Good. Left hand to the ground. Forearm plank, elbows to the ground. Same thing other side on the elbows. Reach your right arm up, outer edge of your left foot. Bring both elbows down to your forearm plank. Last 2 minutes of strength work in the practice today, physically. Option to lift your right foot just a little bit off the ground. Your forearm plank maybe with 1 foot off the ground. If you have 1 foot off the ground, you can reach your opposite arm forward. You can reach both arms forward. Switch legs. Your right foot's off the ground, bring the left foot off the ground. Maybe with the opposite arm forward. Dolphin pose, walk your feet in halfway to your elbows. Drag your hips higher, lift your right leg up, lift it up. Switch, right leg down. Raise the other leg up. Push through the toes, raise your heel higher. 2. Set the foot down, walk your feet back a little, child's pose. Lower the knees down, rest your hips to your heels. Bring your forehead. closer together. So start to come up first. So you're coming up to your hands, bring your knees together, open your feet apart, wide as your hip, wider than your hip. Sit on the floor between your feet, or sit on the block, or even two blocks between your feet. So we'll take another minute in this pose. You could lean back if it feels comfortable. I said could, but you may not benefit from it, so feel free to sit tall. This is a big one at this point of all the activation of the core we've been doing this morning. So just by being in the pose here, you should feel some sort of stretch there, maybe in the belly or in the thighs, in the flexors, somewhere around there. If you don't feel it, or even if you do, just bring more relaxation to it. Just by your, again, that word, concentration. It's not like the kind of concentration where your brain is doing it as much. The brain's involved. So it's not like creating pressure in your head. It's your ability to go inside. Just by through your will, be able to soften somewhere. That's 30 seconds. Last 15 seconds here. What we'll do next is we'll go upside down. So some of you may have an inversion practice already learned, something more advanced. You're welcome to go into that. However, it's also a great time to lie on your back and do an inversion, which all of us can do. If you have your block, you can place it underneath your low back, and you can lift your legs up. Low back meaning your low back and your sacrum and your tailbone. So not just the low back, upper back. So let's do it. Let's go ahead and go upside down. Slowly come all the way up first. And lie down on your back. If you didn't hear anything I said, just lie down on your back now. You can put the block under the leg. Otherwise, headstand practice, handstand practice, forearm stand practice. You can use these little poles here that we have. We also have the wall in the back. There's room for a couple people back there. So that's really just if you're working on something specifically and you wanted to use today, like a playground. If you're just here to feel balanced, feel aligned, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, just lift your legs up. Here we go. Press your feet down hips width apart. Raise your hips up nice and high. Interlace the hands under your back. And start to roll the shoulder blades in to a little more. If you know you want to come up to a taller back bend, you can do that here. Slowly, slowly, slowly release all the way down. Wave your legs gently knees to side to side. It's kind of like one of those first moments we had in that child's pose when we were just moving a little bit. No rush. Let's take it to thread the needle pigeons. Just a couple breaths here across the right ankle over your left knee. You can hold the left leg if you'd like. Switch sides. Take the left ankle above your right knee. Let's bring the knees to the chest for a moment. Drop the knees to the left. Couple breaths to soften here. Sometimes the deepest we can go into a pose happens when we relax the deepest. This is a letting go. It is a subtraction.